kiddos, I am back here with another lab for you guys today. Today's lab is all about filtering water. We're going to try to design a water filter that works the most efficiently. So I've got two different types of water here. I've got this nasty looking muddy water, and I got this clean water. My question to you is, which one would you rather drink? Probably not the dirty, muddy, brown looking water, right? It's got a lot of different things in it that we don't want in our bodies. Now, there's a very big nationwide problem that causes a lot of people, not just around the world, to have access to dirty water and not have enough access to fresh water. And if you look on your pages in your textbook, page 39, right here where it says troubled waters, you will read about an instance of how this fresh water issue has affected people around the world. And one really cool thing I want to point out to you, I'm not going to read the whole page to you. You guys can do that on your own. But I want to show you that one technology that scientists developed was the creation of a straw that people can put into water that is not necessarily the cleanest water, and it will purify that water as they drink it. It's pretty cool. And it can actually purify up to 700 liters of water on average before it needs to be replaced, which is about a year's worth of water for one person. So it's pretty awesome that these kind of technologies are available to us to send to countries who don't have a very high supply of fresh water and availability to clean water. So pretty cool, and you can read a little bit more about that on page 39 in your textbooks. But today we're going to try to do our part by deciding what type of material is best used for filtering out the dirty from the clean when we are creating water. We're going to use three different materials: paper towel, coffee filter, okay, and a net. And my net's very large, I apologize, but it will do the trick just fine. It is actually a net from a window, like a screen that you have on your window when you open the windows up in the nice summer weather. So we're going to see what does that. What I want you to do right now is I want you to predict, what material do you think will be most effective at filtering out the dirty and leaving the clean water? Do you think the coffee filter will be most effective? Do you think the paper towel will be most effective? Or do you think the net will be the most effective? Go ahead and predict now, and then we'll get started. All right, so we're going to be transferring, I'll set aside the clean water, the dirty water into this jar. And we're going to be doing that by having whichever different mechanism on there first. So we're going to start with the coffee filter, and I'm just going to pour very slowly. And I'm going to kind of angle this in here so that it gets all in there. As you can see, it's slowly dripping. Got a lot of dirty water up on top of the filter. It's going to take a little bit of time. While we're waiting, I'm going to go get some glasses so we can dump the water that's been purified into glasses and compare them at the end. Still doing good. All right, and we'll set these glasses up in front so that at the end we can compare the different methods we used. And our first one was the coffee filter. we will make this one right here the coffee filter. And I'm gonna put this down just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. This is gonna be the coffee filter one. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. And let it keep doing its thing. And paper towel. And last but not least will be the net. Okay, now we're all set up to compare our results. It's looking pretty good. It's going slow, but it's looking pretty clean. All right, I want to show you what this filter looks like. It did do a nice job of picking up, bring it closer to you. It did a nice job of picking up some of the bigger pieces of dirt that was in the water, and it looks like it did its job very well. The water is fairly clean, still looks a little mucky, but greatly changed from our original. So I'm gonna pour that in our coffee filter one. Okay, and we'll revisit that one at the end. All right, next one, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this out. So that it's nice and clean. Okay, all right. Next, we're gonna do the paper towel. Paper towel, I'm gonna kind of stuff in there again, just like I did with the other one. And I'm gonna slowly pour. Ooh, this one goes much, much faster. But as you can tell, it looks a lot dirtier. So it doesn't absorb as much as the coffee filter did, but it doesn't keep in a lot of that mud either. Okay, just take a look at this. Still getting a lot of muddy water out of there, and this is the paper towel. We'll dump this in here. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean her out one more time so it's nice and clean for my last one, which is going to be our net. All right, put our net over. I'm gonna very slowly and carefully pour the water. Okay, you can see, you can't see, let me move my computer here. You can see that on the top, it's taken the big pieces of grime and gook out of it, but most of the water went right through. So it didn't really collect all that much, just the big stuff with the net. And we'll dump this one in here. All right, so let's take a look at our 3 different mechanisms. This one was our coffee filter, okay? This one is our paper towel, and this one was our net. So which one would you choose to filter your water? Hopefully the same as me. I would pick the coffee filter. The coffee filter looks significantly cleaner than the paper towel or the net, okay? Now, what could be done is a combination of some of these. Maybe you could use the coffee filter and the paper towel to see how much water you could extract that would be clean out of that. Or maybe you could use a combination of the net and the coffee filter. So those might be some options as well that you could play around with. But I would say the coffee filter was definitely the cleanest. The paper towel was the second cleanest. And last place was the net. The net only got the big stuff out and let everything else through. And you can kind of see the gunk still on the bottom of these cups from those two, whereas this one doesn't have that gunk. It's just a little discolored. So it was pretty successful. All right, please don't forget to do your Google Forms when you're done. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.